Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Iamanicajean, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to do a blood sugar check. So let's get right in. So to get started, you're going to need all your equipment. I made a quick list so you can see everything that you'll need to prepare yourself. It's always good to double check first to make sure that you'll have everything. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, you can. So the first thing that we're going to get here is our barrier. I'm just using a paper towel. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it does matter. You want it to be like clean and sterile, but I'm using a paper towel to put down on my table as my barrier. You don't want your stuff to be sitting on top of a dirty table or anything. So that's what we're going to use. Next, you're going to need your glucose monitor, your lancet or pen needle, whatever you prefer to call them. These are the safety pen needles, an alcohol prep pad, and of course washing your hands. And I also forgot to mention gloves, which you'll see in the video. I forgot I had that part of the clip. When it comes to washing your hands, there is obviously a proper way to wash your hands, but we're not getting tested on our skills at this point. So right now I'm just regularly washing my hands because you're still going to wear gloves when using this. So washing hands is seriously like self-explanatory, so you don't really need me to go into depth about that. Now that we're done, we're just getting ready to put everything on. Usually when you do this, you want to put on 2 gloves, but since I'm doing this on myself and I can't show a resident because of HIPAA, I'm just going to do it on myself using my other hand. So this is why I'm only putting on 1 glove. One thing I did remember while looking at these videos is I didn't wipe the instruments down. You are always supposed to wipe the instruments down. So the glucometer is supposed to be wiped down. The lancet holder, that should also be wiped down as well, which I did not do. I only used the alcohol pad to wipe my finger down. But the thing that's in my hand currently right now, that right there is the blood test strip, which is it literally says it right there. But when you're handling those, you do not want to put your fingerprint on those because it will just screw the results. So when handling those, you want to be careful not to get your fingerprint on there. Make sure you're not using your hands, like use the glove to hold that part. That is the lancet pen needle holder. All those look different. Like this one I had to learn how to use because each one for each person is different. Here are the basic alcohol prep pads, and then these are the safety lancet needles. I love these like way easier because there's like other lancet needles where you have to break the top. This is the glucometer. Make sure you wipe that down when using it, but the lancet needle ones, like the other ones, are just trash. These ones are like the best one. So when it comes to pricking your finger, there is a proper way of how they want you to choose one. The best is to use either your middle finger or your ring finger. Reason being is, especially on your less dominant hand, I always rub it to get the blood flowing, but you don't want to prick the very top of your finger and you don't want to prick the middle part because the bone's closer to the surface, and at the top that's where your blood vessel nerves are. So it's always best to do it like on the top corner sides when it comes to that. I can't remember how I did it on here, but I love having these pen ones. I did it on the side. I don't think I did like in a said middle of my finger, but you'll see here. Now I will put a warning cover over this because you do have some trigger warning people. So just to make sure, you will see a little bit of blood, not too much, but whenever I prick, I always press just to get the blood coming through a bit faster. Sometimes if it's not a good prick, you will have to prick it again. So you will see some blood. Obviously, it's coming through. You just want to squeeze until you get a good amount. That right there is a good amount. If you do not have a good amount, the blood strip would not be able to read it properly. So that white part at the very top, that is where you want to get the blood sample from. And you're going to make sure you put it in the right spot, because if you put the spot where you're supposed to stick it in, you're going to have to use a whole new stick if you put the blood on that part. So make sure you know where you're putting it at. Obviously, I'm trying to be cautious because, blood. So there you go. You see that little square at the bottom? You stick it so it can read the results. And that is my blood sugar at that time. And y'all, please don't mind. It's nighttime. I'm a night eater. I probably just got done eating Denny's before coming to work. Yeah, so another thing too, like once you get that number, that is how you determine like if that person should get insulin or not. Like, because I used to have residents where their blood sugar would be like 500 or even close to like 600, and that is extremely bad. I don't know how they were living. I don't know. But at this facility that I was working at, this resident, they were on top of making sure that they got their medication. So whenever the insulin was at 400, we will be giving her, it depended on what it was, whether it's long, active, or short. At this time, I would give, if it was around 300 or 400, I would be giving the short active insulin. And then usually that person gets a long active insulin in the morning. If the blood sugar was really low, then I would be giving something for them to eat that contains sugar to bring their sugar level higher. Like one time I had a resident where it dropped all the way to 35. So I'm running around the building to find some juice. Usually we would give them orange juice because it has less sugar. But if I couldn't find orange juice, I would literally run to the cafeteria, grab some applesauce, and put a whole spoon of sugar in it and just stir it up together, and just have the resident eat that to bring up their blood sugar but still monitor it. So having diabetes is a terrible thing. Usually most people who are diabetic constantly has to get their blood sugar checked for these instances. But this is how I typically would do a blood glucose check. Now I'm just putting everything away. Make sure. I used to have facilities where people would put like another needle in the lancet holder. That is extremely dangerous. And if someone ever does that at your facility, never use it, because you never know if, they touched it themselves. You never know if they're crazy, the type to prick their finger on it and leave it on there. Like you don't know. That's why I love these purple and white lancets, because it always has the protector on it. I don't have to worry about poking, like taking off the cap and breaking the cap to get the needle inside the lancet, because like I said, some lancets holders are really dumb. So I love these safety cap lancet that we have there. Also, you will need a red bin disposal, a biohazard disposal, because one, it's blood, and two, it's a needle. So this is a sharps container. You always want to put anything, blood, needle, medications, what's required or what's able to go in there to do that. But that is it. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and my IG. Bye.